Some people create the dog to be aggressive instead of teaching the dog how to protect. So I'm a believer that if you train the dog to do self protection, you end up with a much clearer dog to live with. He's not going to bite out of fear or stress. However, you have to do it right. You got to start slow, and like anything, for example, we start with a puppy, and that puppy from the beginning, we teach him the basics of what we want him to do in the future. Having that foundation is what gives you a nice dog at the end. So it should be better if you teach the dog to protect versus the dog thinking and assuming that the natural instinct is going to make him protect, which is called defense. And a lot of shepherds do have that natural instinct. But I'm a believer that it's best to have no doubt, tell them what you want, when you want it, how you want it. For what I look for is, I look at a dog that has the drive and the hunt drive and the ball drive and the nerve to be able to carry his task. I still want the great temperament. If you look, I always say, use my dog as an example. My police dog lived in the house with all my kids, and he loved them all. I can take him to a school, do a demonstration with 55-year-olds. 5 minutes later, go out, go find a bad guy, apprehend the bad guy, come back, and he could be loose with them. And that's the idea. But we do need some extra things. If you're going to find bombs or drugs, you need a dog that is, I don't want to say you were obsessed, but he cannot wait to please you. Because I really don't want to, we're looking for a bomb dog, we don't want him to miss. So you want a dog that has extreme drives, and normally they're not the best pets because they have so much energy looking for that ball or reward system that we're going to use that they end up being a little hyper inside the house. A service dog is having the need. What is the need the person need? Is it something that the person in a wheelchair needs a dog to open the doors for them? Is it something that the dog needs just some assistant on the walk, and it's something the dog might have to pick something up? And some service dogs that just need to be petted and love and be there for the owner. So it's just finding what that dog needs to do so then we can pick the right dog that can do the job. Because I don't want to pick the lazy dog to be hugged and kissed if the owner wants him to open the doors and pick up the keys. That dog's going to look at the owner and go, you go get it. So we have to start with a dog that likes to do the task. It's a lot easier. So if you force the dog, some people say, well, just force retrieve and do it over and over, then what happens if the dog don't like it? And if the dog don't like it, then when you give it to the person to be a service dog, then the dog's not going to do it because that person is going to have a life. The dog's going to go, I just won't do it. So the key is to have a dog that have, for example, in that scenario, we have a dog that has a lot of retrieve on his own. The dog that you throw something, he cannot wait to go get it and bring it back to you. And sometimes, even from a puppy, you can have a whole litter, but you have one that always brings you something back. And we have some dogs that love to pick up metal. They'll pick up metal, they'll pick up plastic, they'll pick up wood. So that dog would be a better candidate to do the task because when you ask him, he won't have a problem. So if something as simple, I had a dog that was amazing at picking up. I was so excited, but then he hated metal. So now if you drop the keys, he's like, I'm not picking it up. So yeah, of course, so we can put little pieces of wood or straps that he can grab, but that's not the right dog for the job because the key is when the gentleman had no arms, the dog had to be able to pick it up for him and carry it.